Innovating Education Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.
The journey to school should be affordable and safe, but it's not always the case in poor and isolated areas, and it can lead to kids missing out on class. Educators have come up with some ways to prevent this, and that's what we're looking at this week. Join us in Brazil, Vietnam and India. For poor families in Vietnam, school fees can be as much as the income. Many children drop out to help with family chores. But one organization is working hard to encourage class attendance. It motivates poor, homeless and orphaned children by giving them a bicycle as part of an education program. Let's take a look.
Here in Da Nang in Vietnam, many families are very poor. Even a simple thing like doing the school run can pose a huge problem here. But for one boy, Duke, life is easier now that he has a bicycle to ride to school. And Duke's mother says she's happy that both her children can now get a good education. On foot, the journey takes 30 minutes each way. But since the NGO Children of Vietnam gave him a bicycle, Duke's life has changed. Because his journey to school is quicker, he has more time to help out at home. He can do his chores and his homework. The bikes are maintained by local volunteers. And since being founded in 1998, Children of Vietnam have given away more than 1,000 bicycles.
Duke's family is very poor. He has no father. His mother is disabled and bringing up 2 children alone. Before, Duke did not have a bicycle to ride to school. Now he has a bicycle, Duke always arrives on time. Unlike before, when he was often late. He attends more regularly, so he's making better progress.
On rainy days, the road is flooded and we can't come to school. On days when the roads are flooded, getting about isn't easy.
I
hope we can get given a bicycle to help us get about during the rainy season.
Children of Vietnam started its bicycle program 8 years ago. They also run healthcare and nutrition programs.
Children of Vietnam has a program for poor children. The bicycles we give them are bought in at cost price from a local company, which belongs to a family which volunteers their time, so it isn't too expensive.
Taking the metro usually isn't intellectually demanding, but in Sao Paulo you might learn a thing or two. Authorities have sent volunteer teachers underground to offer free lessons to the young and the old. The Get Rid of Your Doubts scheme is a chance to improve your mind while waiting for the train. More now from Brazil.
Getting around Sao Paulo in Brazil can take so long that now an NGO has set up a free classroom in the metro. Anyone at all can drop in and top up their studies in maths or Portuguese. The project is called Get Rid of Your Doubts.
The idea of this project is that frequent travellers can come to us and dispel their educational doubts. Here, the most common questions are about the rule of threes, percentages and equations.
Antonio Florido is 44 and works for the railways. He comes from the other side of the city for classes in the metro.
Today I came here to revise how to do a square root. It's not something you need every day, but I needed it, and even if I ever did learn it, I can't remember it now.
Hamilton Robinson is 74 and retired, and he wants to know more about atmospheric pressure.
We think that the young learn things easier, and maybe they do. But older people concentrate better and pay attention. The young people sometimes muck about in class. But I have no difficulties in learning. None.
It may not be the fastest or most elegant means of transport, but in remote, arid parts of India's Shuru region, the camel is certainly the most reliable. And these ships of the desert are the only way some youngsters have of getting to school. Join us now as we take a ride on the camel bus.
Here in Rajasthan in India, infrastructure is poor. The roads are bad, and transport is a problem for children wanting to get to school. To help them, two local men came up with the idea of a camel-drawn bus. Mewaram Jangid and Radhe Shyam Mishra's bus is cheap, safe and comfortable. The first camel bus hit the streets in 1972. And now there are 7 of them, transporting 400 children to school every day.
The camel bus plays an important role in motivating children to come to school. The camel bus goes door to door in remote villages and brings children from there to the school here.
Door to door, जो रास्ताएं हैं उनसे बच्चों को लाते हैं.
The bus is credited with lowering absenteeism and increasing enrolments at the school.
Because the camel bus is a double-decker, it can carry up to 80 children at a time. The bus is very environmentally friendly. There's no pollution because it doesn't use fossil fuels.
Each bus costs around €1,000 to build. And the bus is mounted on old aircraft tyres, which are the only ones which can withstand the heat and the bad roads in this area. They're also broad enough not to sink in the desert sand.
As a mother, I don't have to worry about the safety of my children because the camel bus is very safe. The chances of accidents are less compared to other modes of transport.
Another benefit is that the camel buses have given the school a distinct identity.
The camel bus exemplifies how to use local resources to strengthen educational and transportation systems. If you look at it from this perspective, it's a very successful model.
Well, that's it. Learning World is always interested in your opinion. So drop us a line on our social media pages and let us know of interesting experiences on transport and education. We will be back next week. Goodbye for now.
Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.